right, Speedromizer community, we are all set for our final run of Unpacking. It's a great bedtime story, so let's end day 5 off strong. My friend, take it away.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. Thanks for staying up for watching this run. It's a great game, especially to end a day. Very chill, and we're going to play it in the least chill way possible, but it's it'll be fun. I'm Kinslayer, and yeah, excited to be running today.
I'm Gigi. I'm commentating. I am the current 100% and former any % world record holder at the moment.
Yeah. Awesome. So time is going to start when I open the first box here.
Yeah, we'll be doing quite a bit of the talking because this is a heavy, focus-intensive run.
All right, so time will start in 3, 2, 1, go.
So there are over 1,500 items in this game, and it is a very memory-intensive run. As I'm sure you're gonna see, all the items in the boxes come out in the same order every single time, so you don't have to worry about any kind of variation. It's an interesting run in that respect because there's no variation other than how fast can you move your mouse. But it's cool. I mean, it's a beautiful game, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it with how speedy Kinslayer's going, but there's a story here.
Yeah, it's actually a really nice, interesting story that you really have to pick up from like context clues and little Easter eggs and stuff.
It is a relatively short game. The speed run at the moment has been optimized to 26 minutes and change. And we believe, the community at the moment believes that the next minute barrier is going to be sub 26, and past that, not much can be. We don't think there's going to be a minute barrier past that. But it's exciting that we've gotten as far as we have.
I was also going to call out early on. I'm planning to donate $20 for every time I end a run with something in the wrong place. So the way this game works is when you close the last box of a level, it'll highlight any items that are in the wrong place. So if I get to the end and any of them are glowing, we'll do $20 for every item or stack of items that I left.
I like that.
As Gigi can attest, there are some that we leave purposefully in the wrong place, so I'm counting those too. But yeah. Right,
yeah, there are a few items, especially in this level, where we leave them until the end to move them, just for the sake of minimizing our movement away from the box.
Yeah, these clothes in particular, stack them all up and move them at the end.
Yes, the clothes are the biggest culprit in this particular level, just because it's easier to keep everything as close to the box as possible and then move it later. Technically, it's the same amount of mouse movement, but you can get the boxes out of the way much quicker that way. And the faster you can get the boxes out of the way, the more room you have to work with, which is very important. Really, the biggest thing in this level, in this game, rather, is how little can I move my mouse and still have everything where it needs to go. That's really the key, is how close to the box can I put this item. And that's kind of where most of the optimizations come from.
And just being consistent with placement, like I'm not being.
Yeah. Can you put this
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to.
There's all sorts of fun little places you can hide things.
The student is teaching the teacher.
Sometimes I'll go around and just move items randomly and find weird spots that they can end up.
That's a good idea. I should probably do that. I keep telling. I thought about doing it a lot. C3.
So as you can see, that's 3 stacks and another item. So that's 4 total.
4 times 20 is $80.
Yeah. And there's like one more guaranteed or two more guaranteed ones later, I guess.
Yeah.
And if I mess up, then even more. We'll see.
Here's another one where you diverge from how I do things, but I didn't correct you on it because it works. It's not like it's wrong. Is I save that shirt till the very end. Is I go back for it.
Interesting. This is what I learned first, and so it's so hard to change once you've learned something.
Yeah, and that's what, like I said, this isn't the wrong way to do it. Really, I don't think there is a wrong way to speedrun this game. Unless, I don't know, you're intentionally putting things in the wrong place, in which case you're just doing the wrong run. But...
Or you're doing Darkstar, yeah.
Yeah, just not doing any percent anymore.
Yeah.
But,
do you want to tell people about Darkstar?
Yes. So Darkstar was a mode added in an update, I believe around April Fool's, about a year after the game came out, I want to say. Where the goal was to put everything in the incorrect spot. Basically the opposite of what the game is, and it provides you with a dark star and unique splash text for each of the finished levels. And people have come up with all different kinds of ways of you know, doing that run, and we have a little challenge in the speedrunning server, or the unpacking server, where we're like, oh, it's called Floor is Lava, which is where nothing can go on the floor, because the easy answer to Darkstar is put everything on the floor, because almost nothing can go on the floor. So obviously, that's the easy way out, but we decided we wanted to challenge ourselves and say absolutely nothing on the floor. Everything has to be in a closet, on a surface, on a table, something. And it is surprisingly difficult because there really is a lot of surface limitations in the game. There's only so many tables, and a lot of stuff can go on a lot of tables and in a lot of closets. So it is significantly more difficult than the regular Darkstar, but it's a lot of fun. I remember I did it a few times, and the original former world record holder Meow Bands, I say original as if I think he was they were the first one to hold the record, if I remember correctly. But they wanted to come up with a speedrun route for Floor is Lava. I don't know how far they got, but I feel like that'd be really fun if they did.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I actually haven't gone through and done Darkstar. Maybe I'll do it after this. I'm a little worried that if I did, it would mess up my muscle memory.
Yeah, it's definitely a mode that you don't want to do all the time if you're going to be running the game. Another level down.
So that's 3 levels down. I don't know if I said there's 8 levels total. There's only 7 different like apartments or houses. We'll see how that works when we get there.
Yeah,
This is a room where a lot of things start in unhelpful places, so we always start by kind of rearranging, giving ourselves some space.
Yeah. I'd say this is probably I would say this is the second hardest level.
I agree.
With the hardest being the final level. It's because not only is there a lot of stuff to move, but it is intentional that you don't have a lot of space to work with. That's part of the story that they're telling, which makes it a very not speedrun friendly environment.
Yeah, and it's also a challenge because there are certain rooms and boxes that are in really kind of random orders. Sometimes this game's nice and gives you a bunch of stuff that's more or less the same altogether, and then sometimes it's like, nope, we're just going to give you 50 things that are all different in an order that you're going to try to remember.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It is tough, but I think it makes it a unique speedrun, which I've said a few times now, broken record. But it is, a lot of speedruns rely a lot on RNG and on the variations and getting good luck, but this speedrun relies entirely on the player. The game gives you everything that you need in the exact same order every time. It really is, how good can you memorize this, and then how fast can you apply your memory, and also how long can you last without your wrist dying?
It is a very wrist-intensive game.
Yes.
There's a significant number of people who used to play who can't anymore because their wrist doesn't allow them.
Yes, I am unfortunately one of them. There's a reason I haven't tried to get back my world record. It's just because every time I've sat down to do a run, my wrist just starts to hurt by the 3rd or 4th level. It's difficult because there's just no significant downtime. Like, yeah, you have the in-between of levels, but it's not enough to actually give yourself a significant break. And because you're doing such repetitive motions over and over again, it adds up, and it can become painful. So I recommend that if anybody is going to try this run, please take care of yourself.
Pace yourself.
Please,
yeah.
Yes, pace yourself. Don't end up like me. I'm a very silly goose who went a little bit too fast and a little bit too hard into running the game when I first started. But I mean...
So this is the next item that we leave in the wrong spot. I'm going to count it even though we basically pick it up right when we're closing the last box.
Another
You get the little sound. I think it counts.
Yeah, I agree, yeah. This
is probably the second shortest level, after the first.
Yeah, this is another shorty, but I feel like I feel like this is kind of the break level in a way.
Yeah.
Just
it's a nice little breather.
Yeah.
Yeah. And relatively simple. There isn't as much like chaotic placement of things.
Yeah, and you don't have to move much in this one if you're smart about it. Yeah, Kinslayer has a goal to 3rd place, which I think is completely feasible.
I'm very close.
Yeah.
Haven't quite got it, but we'll get there.
I mean, I've watched your run, and I've given you my sage wisdom to be goofy about it. But I mean, I genuinely think that you've got all the tools, and you've found a route that works for you. And I think that's what's most important. Is, like I said, there's no real wrong way to do it. Everybody has their own ways. We were just talking. The current world record holder does things so much differently, especially in the last level, where it's like, even if that is technically faster, I don't know how well I'd be able to adjust to it because it's so different from how I'm used to doing it and how my optimizations have gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
For a game with such little variations, everybody optimizes it a little differently, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, you'll see throughout the run that there are some items that don't start in the room that they need to go in. So you have to figure out a way to kind of get them from one room to another as efficiently as you can. Mm-hmm. So you're not having to backtrack and...
Yeah, backtracking in this game is tough. Especially because every single movement to a different room costs you maybe about a second because of the fact that there's that transitional period between switching rooms. I think a lot of people don't think of a second as a long time, and in the grand scheme of things, it isn't. But in a game like this, where the speedrun is less than 40 minutes long, a second really, really adds up. And especially because you look at the current world record at 26 minutes and change, it's like every second counts, and every second that you're spent not actually playing the game is a second wasted. So the less you can switch rooms, the better, because it just adds up. One of the things that I do, and I recommend it for Kinslayer as well, is you can actually bind the switching rooms to a keyboard key rather than having to move your mouse all the way over to the side, click, then transition.
Yeah, which I do, yeah.
Yes.
There's also a button for opening the map, so if you have to jump more than one room away, you can do that. Which you do in the last, or at least I do in the last level.
I do as well,
And if you misplace something, it gets you back to where you need to go faster.
Yes. How can the towels go up there, Dave?
Yeah.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah. There's all sorts of weird places. Some things are really strict, and some things are surprisingly forgiving.
Yeah, in this level, I think, is when it's either this level or the next level that the incense burner gets added. That is a really, really fiddly item. It is very picky about where it wants to go.
Whereas the incense itself, much more forgiving.
Yeah, the incense can go in the friggin' kitchen if you wanted. Like,
which is weird because they usually come out together, and so you can sort of get away with a lot for one and not the other.
Yeah.
You're also going to find this one funny, I think. Actually, this side first, but I've significantly changed how I do this room.
So now I'm interested. Yeah, I like the office in this level. One pretty unforgiving thing is, why put the pens in there? One pretty unforgiving thing about this level is the fact that if the desk doesn't have enough room, then the computer monitor that spawns in the immediate next level doesn't have enough space, and it will spawn in the living room, unfortunately. Which is a lesson I've seen a lot of runners have to learn the hard way.
Yeah, that's actually why I've switched to doing it this way, is it leaves a ton of space on the desk, so you just don't have to worry too much. Whoa.
This room is so annoying for me. It's those dang organizers, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They drive me insane.
The misclicking on it is... Yeah, it's real. They're very small hitboxes to click on, like open and close, compared to putting something down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially if because of the way that they're stacked on top of one another, the order can get kind of fiddly if you don't do the boxes in like a good kind of order. I feel like I've said that word like 30 times.
Speaking of which, I was going through the wrong box. That would have put things in a weird place, because you want to be able, like, both of these bottom drawers need to be full of socks and underwear. You can use the other drawers, but that gets complicated.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you do it right, they all line up. If you're opening the boxes in a different order, they will... Oh no, I missed the spot. Oh, there we go. Like that. If you get them in the wrong place, they cost some time.
It's a very easy mistake to make as well, just because they're so tiny and it's hard to keep track of what's where. It's one of those things that's like, it's almost designed to trip you up.
Yeah, it's also a challenging level or room because it just has so many different things that go in so many different places. Like, that is one where I feel like they come out in such a crazy order. It's hard to keep everything in mind.
Yeah, and the closet definitely complicates things. Less so in this level, but in the next level for sure.
Yeah.
This is the only level in the game where the next level is the exact same room, exact same house, but just with a new person in it. It's cool.
Yeah, and everything that you place carries over. Oh, there's one. Where did I misplace? Oh, I forgot the towel. Dang it. Alright, that's 6.
I noticed it. I was like, oh no, the towel.
No, it's good. Yeah, don't tell me.
Yeah. I'm not trying to backseat game.
No, I just... Yeah. And so, yeah, like, this room in particular can be super different depending on what you do in the first go-through.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so this pair of levels requires a lot more thinking and a lot more planning and problem solving, just because they're attached. Whereas with 1997 to 2012, I believe it's 97, it's the same room technically, but very different. The bed is different, the desk is new, new items all around, those kinds of things. So this is a unique kind of challenge where you have to worry about the placement from one to the next. But I think it's cool in that way that there's 2 levels that are back to back, that are kind of attached at the hip, so to speak. I think it's just another piece of unique game design where it makes you think, like, oh, why are we still here? What is all this new stuff? Why are the boxes a different color, you know?
Yeah, the first time you do it, you really set yourself up for failure. And then you learn, okay, got to be more careful first go through.
Yeah. I think this is probably the nastiest wake-up call for runners when they realize, oh, wait, I actually have to, like, care really a lot about what's gonna go where. There's that dreaded incense burner.
Oh.
I thought that was a thermometer when I first started playing the game, because it looked like one of those thermometers you stick on the window.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, a thermometer, that makes sense, because you can see how hot it is outside. I feel like wouldn't actually make a lot of sense because it's inside and it would just be catching sun rays, which means it would say, it's 100 degrees out, and it could be like 30. But it makes sense in my head. There are always a lot of people that come into the server like, oh, what is this item? What is this item?
Yeah, some of them are obvious, some of them are not. Yeah.
The one that drives me the most insane is when people ask what the GameCube is, because I am too young to be feeling that old whenever somebody asks what the GameCube is. Somebody recently asked what the DS is, and that really sent me, because somebody was like, you know the DS is 10 years old now? I was like, don't tell me that. Don't say that. But yeah, and then there's, in the roommate level, there's a little coffee table book, a little white book that a lot of people thought was a makeup palette, which surprised me, because I was like, that just looks like a book to me, but I can see it. I guess I can see it. Yeah, there's a bunch of little items where at first I was like, what the heck is this thing? But generally speaking, I feel like all the items in the game are very well designed, where that really isn't a question I ask myself often. Well, especially not now, because I know what all the items are, but like, it's not... It is a very, very well-designed game in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I think that the artists did quite a brilliant job.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have a $10 donation from George that says, I forgot how many good racing lines there were during Forza, so I have 10. Also, Lily should go to bed. Donate now to tell people to go to bed. And that went towards Yes Disco as the number plate for Forza Horizon 3.
Awesome. So yeah, this is the last level. It's by far the longest one. It's almost half of the speed run.
Yeah, the final boss is in this level.
It's the next final boss.
Yes. the dreaded walk-in closet. That is honestly one of the biggest reasons why every time I start a new run, I get filled with such dread. Because all the other levels, I don't want to be like, oh my god, the other levels are so easy. But to me, they're pretty simple, having done them so many dang times. I have 250 hours in this game.
Yeah.
But that room, ooh, that fills me with so much dread and like fear. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
It's tough. Lots of items, very little space.
That's the biggest problem, is like there's no space to put things. There's no like extra wiggle room. It's like put things in the right space or right spot or immediately or suffer. Like
this is the room. You can see it's very tight.
I hate it so much.
So definitely I'm gonna just need to focus on this one. But absolutely keep commentating.
Yes, this is it's one of the most interesting levels in the game, I would say, because the room is so dang small and there's so many dang items. And this is not like a knock on the game design, because like I said, the room is so dang small, but it drives me nuts that the boxes block the majority of the drawers to begin with. Yeah. Because like there's so much stuff that needs to go in there and they're just not available right off the bat. And again, that's not me like insulting the game design, because where else are you gonna put the dang boxes? But gosh, golly.
Yeah, it makes box order even more important here than other, and it's always important. But this room in particular, you have to be making yourself space.
Yeah, this is probably one of the hardest rooms to optimize, I would say, just because of the fact that there's not a lot of room for fun little tricks. It's just open those 2 giant boxes first and then pray you can go fast enough to get everything in the right spot. Those shelves really are a saving grace right there on the side, just because having to go to the hangar each time would be quite a pain.
Yeah.
Do we have time for another donation?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So we have another $10 donation from Speedromizer host account that just says, "I will not go to bed, George. You go to bed." No incentive for that, but thank you for your donation. We are $160 away from breaking $2,000 officially.
Hell yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's awesome.
That's so exciting. Yeah, I don't know what time it is for everybody else, but for me it is 3 in the morning. East
All right,
Coast.
final boss now.
For me, it's about 2 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, the faster you can do this level, the faster I can go to bed.
Working on it.
No, but for all the things that I will complain about in this level, I really do. I think it's a really sweet level. I think it's a really nice ending to the game, and it makes me sad because I think that this, for a lot of people, this is where they realize that the game has a story. I think a lot of people don't even realize it up until the very end, which is like, it's just kind of sad to me. Not in the sense that it's like, oh, you poor thing, but it's like, man, you missed out on a lot. Just because it is such a surprisingly story-heavy game for what is essentially a point-and-click.
Yeah. And it's all told through just like little notes and implications of when items come and go and things like that. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Very unique game design, very creative storytelling.
I think this is one of my favorite rooms to unpack, just because almost everything can just be thrown on the floor and you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice to just have kind of a chaos room.
Yeah. Which, isn't that just what babies are? Chaos. I've met very few babies in my life, but all of them were little beings of pure hatred. No, I'm kidding. No, but I mean, I just think it's really sweet that there's this beautiful overarching story of, she goes, the main character, she goes from house to house to house, and then she finally finds her love. That's really sweet, because I'm a sap. But yeah, if anybody does want to pick up this game after seeing this, please follow the story. It is truly, really sweet, and there are a lot of really interesting little tidbits.
Yeah, this is a really fun game casually. It was one of the first Steam games that I ever got a platinum on. So it's super fun. It's super in depth. It's well worth the price of admission.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I see a lot of people saying like, "Oh, but the game is so short. I want like more levels, or I want like an infinite mode." And I just wonder if those people are the type of people who don't realize there's a story, because I think that the story alone is worth the price tag, let alone the amount of time, love, and effort that went into the art and the music and the design and everything like that. I mean, I think it's well worth the money. I mean, I don't know, I've gotten 250 hours out of it, so maybe I'm biased, but...
Yeah, and the music really is just a banger of a soundtrack. Like,
yes.
Like, I've never gotten tired of it, never turn it off.
Yeah,
it's great. Very chill, but yeah, lovely.
It's one of my favorite video game soundtracks. I've been meaning to, I think you can buy the soundtrack. I've been meaning to do that, because I would love to have this for like studying. I can't listen to music with lyrics when I'm studying, writing, or doing schoolwork, just because I'll start singing along to it, or I'll start typing whenever I'm hearing. I would love to have this soundtrack purchased on my phone, so I can listen to that while I study or write. I feel like, for me at least, this is one of those games that you can just never get enough of. I feel like even now, 250 hours in, I'm still learning quite a lot about the character. I feel like people always point out new things to me, or like things where it's like, oh my god, I didn't notice this before, and I was like, I didn't notice that either. What? Or I'll learn new things about the actual items themselves. And for instance, the Hamsa up there on the wall, you can't quite do it in this level. There's not enough space above the door, but I believe those are supposed to go over the entrance to a room, which I didn't know because I'm not Jewish. But it's always interesting to see how much culture and beauty and life they've packed into this game, I think. God, can those go there?
Yeah.
Such a good spot.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. I'm discovering things live on stream. God, I'm gonna have a whole new arsenal once I get back into this. I'm on my winter break right now, so hopefully I can get to talk to my doctor about my dang wrist. Alright, the final push, the final shove.
Yeah, this is the last room to unpack, at least the way I do it.
Yeah. I think most people end in the kitchen. At least I see most people end in the kitchen.
Although technically don't end in the kitchen.
Well, I mean, technicalities, you know.
We end basically every level in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's very funny. I don't know why it works out that way, but it...
The throne room.
Just...
Oh, man,
do we have any other announcements or anything? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have to take anything out of here except for the bathroom, or except for the toilet paper. And the globe.
God, I need to, like, experiment more. Golly.
Let's see, so we're up to 5 misplacements, right?
I believe so, yeah. I think it's 5.
No, 6. 5? No, it's 6, because 5 were required, and I had the mistake. Great.
Yeah, because of the towel.
Yeah. Dang towel.
A dang towel!
Oh, come on.
One thing I like to do in this level when I'm using the no placement restrictions mode, where you turn off the puzzle function, is like just at the table in the dining room with all the little all the cute little plates and stuff. So I think it looks really cute. I understand why you can't do it normally, but I like seeing the table all set. One of the folks in the server was like, you should invent a new challenge where it's called, I think it was called Company's Coming, where you have to shove all of the mess into the closets, see how much stuff you can fit into the closets. And
That's awesome.
I think that would be a really fun one to do. I want to try that at some point.
And you said we're like 180 away from... Oh no, I placed the wrong thing. I'm gonna have to go back for it. There we go. We're 160. There we go. That's the game. Oh, time. Sorry. Well, there we go. I misplaced 2 more at the end there. 1 intentionally and 1 unintentionally. There we go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for sticking around so late. Yeah.
You did a really good job. I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was a super solid run.
What was the time?
32:23.
Oh,
Not
that's actually
bad.
not far off from my PB. So
Yeah.
I feel happy about that.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Yeah, I would recommend this game to anyone who's looking for just a little heartwarming story to organize and sort things. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like the timer ended late, so it might have actually been. It was a 32:29.
Okay. I'll take it.
Awesome. All right, we are going to send it over to intermission real quick, and then we're going to do our outro. So stick around for that. We will be right back.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, while I'm stalling for time for a little bit, we did get a bunch of extra donations in during that last little bit. Oh, hold on. As I'm waiting for one last donation to come in, we did have a couple more donations. We had $2 Canadian from George that just says "No you," and that ironically, we had another donation from Lily that said for $3 that says "No you," but with no capitalized. So, thank you to everybody that makes these events possible. With that upcoming donation, we have raised a solid $2,000, meaning we need one more donation, and that will break the all-time Speedromizer record of $2,000.97. And there it is, waiting for the, yep, there it is. $2,000. We have, oh, and they just keep coming. Speedromizer community. We have a new record. We have a $155 donation from Kinslayer that says, thanks to everyone who put this event together and for the opportunity to be a part of it. And that went towards Say Opposite No to Disco. And $4 from George that just says in all capital letters, "No you." And that also went towards Opposite No to Disco for Forza 3 license plate. We are at $2,004. We have one more day to go. We haven't even donated the ad revenue yet. And that will be donated by George. And shout outs to George, because, you know, money's a little tight right now. They just keep coming in. We have a $5 donation from Lily that says, "I can keep going." We are at $2,009. We're gonna hit 3,000 by the time we all go to bed. All right. We need to. As much as I love donations, I love all of these donations coming in. Give us a couple minutes. We're gonna go find a raid target. We will be right back. All right, Speedromizer community. It is currently 2 o'clock in the morning, and I just realized that nobody is streaming. So either we send it over to a random stream, or we are just going to, and we have another donation in. $5 from Anonymous that just says, "Mom, Dad, stop fighting and go to bed." And that was towards Opposite No to Disco. All right, we are ceasing the silence. Mike, please fade out the stream.